Yeah, we're going to get to a topic that I don't think we could do without Tyvis and Dustin on the show. But first, a quick word from Buckeye State Credit Union. If you haven't heard of them, meet your new favorite financial partner. Buckeye State Credit Union is a local institution offering everything from checking accounts to home equity lines of credit and auto loans with some of the lowest rates in Northeast Ohio. Their Cleveland branch is in Shaker Heights, which is one of 5 locations across the state, making it easy to find one near you. Can't get to a branch? No problem. We make banking simple through digital banking. What sets them apart? Well, they make banking convenient and personal. At Buckeye, their focus is you. Their core values: connect, simplify, and adapt, guide everything they do. They bring people together, cut through the clutter, and are innovative. To learn more, visit buckeyecu.org. Buckeye State Credit Union, your money simplified. So, guys, this was announced yesterday, but the Browns made some pretty sweeping changes to their training staff for the upcoming season. According to Cleveland, who put out a press release, they have 6 new hires.
The Browns, okay.
The Browns put out a press release, correct. Yeah. They have hired 6 new people to the training staff. They promoted 3 people from the previous staff to higher positions, and they let 3 employees go. Those employees had worked with the Browns for 20 years, 16 years, and 12 years. So getting rid of some of the guys who had been there for a while, bringing some new blood into the training staff. They worked with the university hospital system to make sure the guys they brought in, the guys and girls, I should clarify, they brought in, were right for what they were looking to do. And this comes after the Browns ranked in the top 10 last season in total games missed due to injury with 248.
They were what? They were most?
Top 10.
Well, top 10.
With 248
All right, I was going to ask you for
games.
context there.
Yeah. So top 10. I think the official number was 8. I'll confirm for you. My memory, I believe, serves correct. But number 8, it was either 6 or 8. One of those.
It seems like, and I could be wrong, I probably shouldn't say this, but I'll say it anyway. It seems like that the Browns have been near the top in terms of injuries in recent seasons. Now, is the training staff to blame? Probably not. But
well, I mean,
it's part of it.
There's going to be a scapegoat, you know, at some point. And like I remember back in the day with the Browns, remember the soft tissue injuries. The Browns like led the league in soft tissue injuries, and so they were trying to figure out like whatever. And yeah, it's easy to point the finger at the training room because those guys are the ones that basically control if the players are on the field or off the field, all those things. I don't know. I mean, I think it's certainly not a bad idea to change things up.
Yeah. They fired 3 senior members of the staff. So obviously they think they're
changing a philosophy with the way that they handled their training staff.
Right.
And that's fine.
Do you think the players wanted this? Like some of the players were looking for a change in the staff? Or is that something that players would not be really involved with?
Players like Myles Garrett might be involved in
it. Yeah, sure. The star players
that are Denzel Wards, the star players on the team may have a say. They may at least ask them, what do you think about how they've been managing the injuries in the training room? So, but for the most part, no. I mean, the players, the young guys, they have no say in who the trainers are.
No, I can tell you that when I was in San Fran in 2017 and 2018, I want to say those back-to-back years, I think we led the league in IR players. And they ended up making the switch the year after that because they felt like training just was the reason why guys couldn't stay on the field. It was
Did you feel that way as a player?
I didn't. I felt like one, I took care of my body, and I thought they did a really good job of bringing in yoga people, had the cryotherapy, ice tubs, and all those things.
Yeah.
And I thought I did a great event, which is why I never really was hurt like that. So I didn't feel that way, but it was just a lot of ACLs and stuff like that was being torn, and a lot of
how would that be? How would torn ACLs be the trainer's fault?
For some odd reason, that's the way that they look at it. And then I think in 2019, I think that they weren't as hurt as much, so I guess the change kind of worked for them.
Yeah,
they got to have. There's a balance to having a certain strength in your quads and your hamstrings. A balance.
It can't be just
that can be off, where you can be more susceptible to tearing an ACL or having a knee injury.
You can't just be in there just lifting weights. Like you got to do you stretching. You got to do
they used to call it prehab, right? So you'd be proactive.
You got to do resistant bands and all of those things. Yeah. And some people just kind of skip those things. And if you're with a strength staff and they're not using like resistance bands and doing foam rolling and things like that, it could all add up and it could lead to you getting the injury.
Is the relationship between a player and the trainer or a player and like the strength and conditioning coach, Is it like a player or coach relationship, or is it more like a friendly relationship?
It's more
like
friendly.
a friend type
friendly,
relationship.
way more friendly.
With the trainer also?
Yeah.
And
It's such a laid
You never
back
know if you
vibe.
can trust the trainer, though.
True. But it's such a laid back vibe with them. Like you can go in there, you can talk about whatever,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So
Right.
yeah, it's
and the same with the strength guy.
Yeah,
Is that they're the same level, kind of, or no?
Yeah. I'd say the training staff is more loose than the strength staff, but they're
Okay.
all
So the strength staff's kind of getting on you
a
more.
little bit, yeah, a little bit.
Much
not that
different
much.
dynamic,
though.
by the way, in the pros than in college.
Yeah, college
College.
is like in the NFL. It's like I'm gonna tell you what to do. You should do it.
Yeah, but I'm not going to stay on you.
Right.
Where in college, they're on you.
You
They're
know-
making sure you're doing
Yeah,
it.
at the end of the day, they look at you like you know what you need to do at this
Right.
point to be ready for the game.
Yeah, you're an adult. You're a pro.
Yeah.
Like, take care of your business. You
Like
want to have
in college with Coach Mick, it's like this is the weight that you gonna lift. In the NFL, I want you to do this, but you can pick your own weight. That type of thing.
You didn't have Coach Mick, right? He's Urban's guy.
Right.
Yeah, who you have? You had Lichter?
Coach Johnson.
Oh, that was
Way
before Lichter, yeah.
By the way, is Jim Tressel going to run for governor? You got an inside sight on this?
My intel tells me that there's a good chance.
You gonna vote for him?
He's probably going to win if he.
yeah.
He's
I would
probably
too.
going to win. If he
I don't
would
care what
too.
political party.
I would
I'd vote for a Democrat. It's Tressel.
Just so you guys know, the positions that they have replaced and changed, and I'm curious if any of these stand out
Yeah.
as more important than the others, but the head athletic trainer, so top of the department,
Yeah.
new face. Director of Performance Nutrition, new face. Health and Performance Operations Coordinator, that was a promotion from within. Director of Health and Performance Innovation, Manager of Recovery Services, a couple of performance therapists, and an assistant of performance nutrition.
I bet you a lot of these jobs didn't even exist when you were playing. And it's not been that long since you've been playing.
No.
Probably by the time you played, they had most of these things,
They
right?
had nutritionists
Yeah.
and all that stuff for sure.
That's an underrated part of the thing, I
Dude,
feel like.
we used to eat. I mean, the food was great. Like, great food.
At Ohio State or in the
No,
NFL?
the pros.
Oh.
I mean, and I was in Philadelphia, and we were a really well-run organization.
Yeah, one of the best.
I mean, their cafeteria food was fire.
That's
I mean,
how
like
felt.
like
That's how I
food
felt
that you
about
would like.
That's how I felt about San Fran.
Like,
and
not
Seattle.
that healthy.
Snob-friendly food.
It was great food.
Nice.
Great food. Yeah.
And you were in good organizations, too, with San Fran and Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle.
Good food, too?
Seattle had this unbelievable sandwich maker and wrap maker. He'd make you a fire sandwich.
Dude, you could literally walk in the cafeteria at any time, and the chef would be in there, and you just tell them what you want, and they make it for you.
Anything.
Anything.
Tell him you want a
Pretty
double,
much.
I used to tell him
It's like being the president.
I want a double
Nice.
bison burger, and he'd be like, "Okay," and you come back
All
with this
right.
big double cheeseburger. I
If you're in the mood
knew
for
I shouldn't have
something,
been eating it, but man, it was good.
Yeah. Was it Chad Johnson or Chad Ochocinco who said he ate at
he went to
McDonald's every day or whatever?
Yeah, he's
way.
hilarious.
You buy that?
I do.
Like, he's
I
such a great
I
athlete. Did he really
100%.
eat McDonald's
I
every day?
didn't think it was true until I was sitting there after a football game.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I was in Seattle or San Fran, but I was getting a ride by Sherm.
Yeah.
Actually, it was after practice. He was taking me to my hotel, and he goes, "Say, I'm about to go stop and get something to eat right quick. You want something?" I said, "No." He pulled right up to McDonald's. Yeah, let me get
But
two
did
double
he eat it every
cheese-
day?
I don't know, but that was his thing. He loved to go to eat fast
Wow.
food. The dude was out of his mind.
Were
But-
people freaking out when he would come through the drive-thru? They did not realize.
No, I don't think either they was used to him or
Yeah.
they didn't realize. But he in Seattle, he was such a big figure. Like
Yeah.
everybody kind of knew who he was.
It's shocking to me when great athletes eat that kind of
Straight
food. I'm always
McDonald's.
like, that's crazy.
Some people have
Yeah.
crazy metabolisms
But it's,
and
they
just
don't
incredible
always
genetics.
eat that.
But Chad Johnson made it seem like he did it every day.
Well, maybe he was getting an egg
Now,
muffin.
maybe
It's
he,
not that unhealthy.
maybe he didn't eat anything else all day. I don't know. Like, that was it.
Maybe he just had to get himself a
so-
Mickey D's coffee and
Yeah.
an egg McMuffin.
I guess. And Mike, like you say, Mike, some people are just freaks. Doesn't matter.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
You
They
just
say
freak.
Trent Williams do that. Trent Williams,
But
the
at least
left
he's an
tackle.
offensive lineman. You know, that's a little different.
He said that he don't really like to stretch and all that stuff because he
Yeah.
said it like break your muscles down. He said I like my stuff to be condensed.
Yeah.
And then he said if I'm eating, like I'm going to McDonald's.
I mean,
just was like,
Who's going to tell Trent Williams he can't do that? You going to tell him that?
I love McDonald's. I don't know about you guys.
I love McDonald's too. I might go there when we get on.
McDonald's is,
I might too.
shockingly, I'm not a huge fast food person. I know, it's a big surprise. But
You did get Taco Bell yesterday.
I did get Taco
What'd you
2
get?
days ago. I
What'd
had
you
Taco
get?
Bell
Breakfast?
breakfast. Taco
Okay.
Bell breakfast. But, Yes, McDonald's way better than Burger King.
However,
I agree.
I do have a hankering for some BK.
Oh yeah,
Their chicken nuggets
want a
are gross,
Whopper?
though.
Rodeo cheeseburger.
The best thing
Rodeo
they
cheese.
got.
I do like that's with the barbecue sauce, right? And the onion ring.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you,
Yes.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
the
It's
best
good.
thing
I know
BK
my food
got
for a skinny guy.
Yeah.
is they have that the Oreo shake.
Oh, it's great.
Man, listen, I can't drink it all because it's
At
like
McDonald's?
it's like
No,
1,500
BK.
calories.
But wouldn't you
man.
rather go to Dairy Queen if you're going to get a shake?
Nah, this one is pretty darn good.
It's pretty good.
But I can't
Yeah.
drink it all because it's
They
like
got a little
It's
Hershey-
too much.
it's
Yeah.
like
Hershey's
1,200
pie, it's good,
calories.
too.
I'm telling you, the Hershey's pies
That's
is good.
That's good.
Believe it or not, like ice cream is the one thing I can't eat too much of. Like I'll eat a little and then I got to stop.
I'm the opposite.
I'm actually
You're bottomless pit for ice cream.
It just melts in your stomach. Doesn't take space.
I know. I
don't believe
something
that.
about it. I just after a little while. Now I could eat like a 40-pound steak probably or an entire pie of pizza, but I can't eat that much ice cream.
Dude, when I stopped drinking, I developed a sweet tooth. And so in the
it's
last
taking
year,
over.
dude, all I do
Yeah.
is eat sweets, desserts at night after
Yeah.
dinner. Like I never used to eat.
Well, you gotta. That's why you're playing tennis every day.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, ice cream, dude.
Yeah.
I have a Dairy Queen less than a mile from my house.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
Frequent flyer.
Yeah, I like Mitchell's better, but
like
Dairy
Mitchell's-
Queen's got the
It doesn't matter what it is. But
Dairy
I'm saying
Queen
it's so
shake and their
close.
frost. What are they called? Not frosties.
Blizzard.
The blizzards. Yeah, those
Mitchell-
are really good.
Mitchell's got that chocolate brownie fudge ice cream.
Yeah, that's a damn good flavor.
My only,
My God,
only
I
beef-
might have to stop on the way
I gotta
home.
talk to the Mitchell brothers. Mitchell brothers, you guys are the best. You made the best ice cream I've
Sponsor
ever
the show.
had. Huh?
They should sponsor the show.
They should. But they don't need to because their stores are always packed. Mitchell's ice cream is one of the greatest things in Cleveland.
I agree.
There's one flaw to Mitchell's ice cream. Their best flavor, in my opinion, chocolate chip.
Is seasonal.
They only have it 1 month a year. I think it's July, if I remember correctly.
What's coming up? You
So
better-
there's a reason for that, I'm sure.
But come on.
I don't know, man.
I've never
You're thinking about it all year.
All year. I want to eat that damn chocolate chip,
What month-
please.
what month is it-
Mitchell Brothers.
what month is it coming?
July. It's coming.
Coming.
But I need it.
So you've been thinking
I mean,
about
I
it
don't
all
need
year.
but I have
To
You're right.
wrap up the trainer change
Yeah,
conversation real
sorry.
quick, then we'll move on. No, this was
Go
all
ahead.
within the realm what we're going.
Yeah.
Summertime.
But Dustin and Ty, as simple as it may sound, and I know you guys touched on it early, but the Browns had 248 missed games due to injuries last year. I know it's not all based on a training staff, but can an overall philosophy from an organization, it appears that's what Cleveland's doing by making such sweeping changes, can that have like a large impact on the overall health of a team?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I would say yes. I watched it happen. Yes.
I think there are certain teams that get stuck in their ways with their training staffs. Maybe it's an antiquated way of thinking. And now that we're moved into 2025, like we've got technology to know when players are at a point where they're going to start to pull a muscle or get fatigued or get injured or their quads aren't as strong as their hamstrings and there's an imbalance there. Like these things all need to be.
Did you have to take that hamstring test too?
Yes.
Well, you got to get on the thing and squeeze the.
Yeah.
And to your point, though, Dustin, Mike said that the guys that got fired, they were 20 years with the team, right?
The 20 was the longest tenure.
Okay.
2016 and
Now,
12.
I don't know, but I'm guessing the new people that have taken over are younger, is my guess. I could certainly be wrong. Younger people in any industry, generally, not that there aren't some old people that are willing to, but generally younger people are more willing to use technology and different things.
Here's the other thing that I think is important. And in the NFL, you don't really see this happen that often, but I do think the coaching staff, the head coach specifically, really needs to have a relationship with the training staff.
Yeah.
Like a trustworthy relationship. And if you're a team like the Browns that have had 18 coaches in the last decade and you have the same training staff, okay, well, there is one variable we haven't changed, and that is the way of thinking with how you manage your players in terms of their bodies and all of that. So does Stefanski, did he trust the guy that's been here 20 years?
Maybe not.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But Stefanski's here, and I hope that he had a say in who these guys are that got hired.
I better have.